TikTok's getting closure, we think. Rembrand and Spaceback are getting together, and so are Index Exchange and Gracenote. That's what we're talking about this week on The Refresh, your weekly download on what went down in advertising. Before we kick things off, shout out to our sponsor Adform. 40% of audiences are unreachable on the internet thanks to signal loss. Reclaim your audience and find your 40 with Adform. Now let's get into it. Starting things off with TikTok, where news broke last week that the US and China have reached a tentative framework of a deal, or maybe a concept of a plan, that would see a US version of the company spun out from its Chinese owner, ByteDance. Here's where speculation around the deal's details stand as of Sunday. But you'll also see some clips that look like this because details around this deal have been anything but stable. Similar to my mental state, because a predominantly US-based group of investors, including existing and new investors like Oracle, Andreessen Horowitz, and Silver Lake, would be established. New names keep being added to the mix, including the Murdoch family and more broadly Fox News. The new US company will also have a 7-member board, 6 of whom will be American, 1 will be appointed by the Chinese. Influencers crying into their cameras and saying goodbye to TikTok back in January may have felt like the most tenuous time for the app, but I actually think it'll be the next 6 months or so that are going to be the most volatile for both the app and its advertisers. The biggest source of volatility will come from the app's algorithm. Allegedly, a copy is going to be licensed from China, and Oracle will audit the source code and retrain the algorithm on US user data. The algorithm and the content it surfaces directly facilitates and influences the user experience on the app. And while we as users do train our own algorithms in some capacity, how it's trained at a foundational level could have massive implications for what the app's user base looks like a year from now. And that matters for advertisers. Big time. And finally, this is about money. Duh. And one big moneymaker in the equation is TikTok Shop. CNBC reported that $32 million is being pumped through TikTok Shop every single day. I'm anticipating that whatever new TikTok looks like, TikTok Shop is going to command even more of a dominating presence in this app. Next up, apparently ad tech is getting into the holiday spirit by crossing some companies off their wish lists. Rembrand, an AI-powered virtual product placement platform, and Spaceback, a creative automation platform that brings social posts into a programmatic environment, have announced that they're merging. Spaceback will roll up under Rembrand, and the deal is expected to close in October. Both this deal and Magnite's Streamer AI are unique in the sense that they focus on creative capabilities, both revealing a couple of larger creative-oriented trends. The first is that creative production is being moved away from agencies and into the actual platforms where media transaction is occurring. This creates greater accessibility for less resourced advertisers, streamlines the process of creative production to media execution, and allows these advertisers to move quickly and at scale. The next trend is that creative is getting intelligent. It's not just about the production anymore. This creative is being informed, concepted, and produced more in real time by insights from user behaviors. Finally, we have Index Exchange and Gracenote, who are partnering up for the first integration that would bring Gracenote's metadata and content IDs into Index's platform. Publishers will be able to package their streaming supply with robust contextual signals, but the bigger thing here is that it allows them to pass show-level data back to advertisers in the bidstream. Something that's historically been difficult thanks to 1. The Video Privacy Protection Act, and 2. Publishers wanting to avoid cherry picking. That's all we have time for today. Thanks for joining us for The Refresh, and we'll catch you next week.